Yes, independent India. It is about first 30 years from 1947 to 77. How was India? Here, before that, we have to go through the address of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on 26th January 1950. Ambedkar given address in a constituent assembly. He says that we got independence from the British colonial rule, and after end of the colonial rule, we entered into a new life which is full of contradictions. What is saying? We are going to enter into a life of contradictions. What is meant by contradictions? It is issues, challenges. In other words, we can say conflicts. Further, Ambedkar states here we have political equality because right to vote is given to all. So we have equal status in the politics with the right to equality. Everybody who is an Indian given an opportunity to enter into politics. So here Ambedkar says we have political equality. That is equality in politics we have. We do not have social and economic equality. Right? Here in Indian society, we find divergent people following different norms, castes, and different economic systems, economic opportunities they have. Some are forward economically. We call them they are rich. Some are economically backward. So, in terms of economy, we do not have equality. Some are treated as upper class people by the caste. Some are treated bottom of the society, lower caste. So we do not have social equality. So we have social and economical inequality. In politics, we have equality, but we have inequality in socio-economic life. Okay. Here Ambedkar says in politics, right to vote is given to all. On the principle, one man, one vote, and one vote, one value. Everybody is given right to vote, and everyone's vote value is one. So this is a principle based on equality instead. So why do we have socio-economic inequality instead? So this is by the reason of our social and economic structure of the society. Human society in India began in the past with creating some social structure. There in the down the ages in the past, we have created our society with certain norms, right? So by that norms, some are upper part of this society and some are in the middle and remaining or at the bottom. There were Chaturvarnas in India: Kshatriyas, Brahmins, Vaishyas, Shudras. These were the four castes earlier. Today we have more than 1,000 castes in India. And we have people speaking different languages. So, by the structure of our society and economic status in our society, this is the reason. Okay. So, by this reason, we are denying equality in socio-economic status, and we are continuing inequality in socio-economic life by the reason of the structure of our society and economic status. Okay, so this has created in the past and continuing till today. It has to end. It has to end, because if it is not ended as soon as possible, it would break our Indian society. After the independence, we have decided to see India as a democratic nation. So the Constituent Assembly put efficient efforts, worked laboriously to build a democracy suitable for India. In democracy, we find equality. So India have chosen democracy after independence, where everybody is given equal opportunities. So if we continue these socio-economic inequalities, that would become problem for democracy which we established after independence. Ambedkar quotes these lines describing and also focusing to the issues what we have in our society should come to end as soon as possible. Okay, because there are many millions of people who suffered inequalities, and keeping hope in democracy which will solve the problem of inequality which they faced and become the victim in the early days, they may lose confidence on this democracy which we uh, established, so that the people who are suffering with inequality, they may raise a revolution and blow up their what to call revolt to what to call to remove the that what you call to destroy the structure of the political democracy which is built by our constant assembly with hard efforts, that what we call laboriously they had built up. Understand? It means Ambedkar focusing that we have to focus to the socio-economic inequalities as soon as possible. It should come to end, right? People who have suffered with the inequalities, they had hope on democracy. If this democracy will not solve the problems what they faced, then people may go on revolting the democracy. So the democracy and democratic system of a government may fall into the trouble, right? That may break up, understand? And again, India may be disintegrated, and there would be wars with one to another people of different languages and different communities, understand? And what we see, how we struggled much more in colonial rule, there would be another problem within us if we do not solve the problems based on inequality relating to the socio-economic thing, understand? This is the Ambedkar speech, understand? So here, what is important after getting the independence, understand? Here we have several issues in front of the newly independent India, understand, which have come out of the colonial rule, right? Here in the 15th chapter, we have studied about the constitution and how it is made, right? With a lot of debates, discussions. So the constitution wants to fulfill multiple goals at a time. What is by multiple goals? We have casteism, it should come to end. We have socio-economic inequalities, it should come to end. We are suffering with the poverty. There is a problem of illiteracy. Moreover, our nation suffered in the colonial rule. They have looted our resources. So the colonial rule made India to suffer with many challenges. So all these challenges have to come to end. So these are all the goals we have to get success. So constitution prepared by Constituent Assembly focusing on multiple goals. Okay, that is making democracy for India. We got independence from the colonial rule. Then we have to frame our own government. So it is very important task in front of the Constituent Assembly to make a democracy for India and to create a single political community, that is India as a nation. Okay, and there should be equality in all the matters relating to the social and economic thing. So setting of national goals and trying to achieve them in a short period of time is very great achievement for Indian people who had been ruled by the Britishers more than 200 years. So it is not an easy task to achieve the goals what we have set by the Constituent Assembly in the Constitution. Okay. So here the early years, that is from 1947 to 77, which we call 30 years of independence. 30 years after independence, understand, is called here as a defining period. What we call it is a defining period, first to 30 years. after the independence, which we call post independent history. History in the colonial rule subjected to the exploitation. After independence, we want to build a new history, that what we call post independent history, in which we have several issues, challenges which has to be achieved, which has to be removed. Okay, so here in all those challenges, the main challenge before the Indian leadership was maintaining unity and integrity. What is that? Maintaining unity and integrity among divergent people and different caste people, because India consists of a multi language, multi religious, multicultural people. So, where there is a diversity in many aspects that cannot come, or that cannot be achieved in a easy way for integration and maintaining unity. Understand? And moreover, we want to see India as a developed nation like America, Britain, France, Germany, so on. So, for this, we have to transform. That means we have to change that social and economic issues in our India. So, social and economic transformation with the democratic system is a big challenge. Understand? So, many of the issues are interrelated. Poverty is connected with inequality based on caste, religion, and economic status. So we have many challenges. All those challenges are interrelated, and we need to focus with a great care. Understand? We should take a great care that in facing these challenges to end, in which our system should not get imbalanced, because we have given importance to democracy and founded it, established that democracy in India, right? So in many countries, they try to establish democracy. For example, in Egypt, in Myanmar, in the ninth class we have studied, where they try to what to call impose democracy, right? What we see here in that Jar, there Egypt, one more nation is there. So there they try to what to call impose democracy, but slip put into the dictatorial role. India also may slip into the dictatorial rule if we do not take care and protect the democratic system which we have laid in India. Okay, in democracy, we have equality, freedom, liberty, justice to all, right? Everybody is given opportunity to express their feelings, views, opinions, right? So, where there is a democracy, in democracy, achieving unity and integrity with divergent people in many aspects is not a simple task. Understand? It is very difficult one. Okay, so there is needed a great care in achieving unity and integrity. That is a major important goal after independence. Understand? So we will examine in this chapter how these are interrelated. The three interrelated issues, that is the constitution and democracy, they worked. how they worked, how India solved some important issues in building the water, our Indian nation as a developed one. Okay.